Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where this pan-colored, couple was seen doing what their ancestors actually did during the days. And this actually got me, thinking like we are still in 2024 and this is still happening. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Parents of 3 children are in jail today after Kanawha County deputies said 2 teens were found locked inside a barn. Hannah Klein breaks down the investigation after deputies say they received a 911 call from someone concerned about the kids.
A stunning find in Sissonville has led to the arrest of 2 adoptive parents.
You're being charged with a felony, child neglect, creating risk of injury.
Donald Lance and Jean Whitefeather now in jail as their children are now with CPS. It started on Monday when deputies got a call just before 6 o'clock in the evening that 2 children were being locked in a barn at this home on Cheyenne Lane in Sissonville.
They weren't able to locate any guardians or parental figures or anybody around the residence or the barn, and started having a conversation with 2 children that were inside the barn.
Deputies eventually forced their way into the barn, where they said they found a 16-year-old girl and 14-year-old boy inside a 20 by 14-foot room. Investigators say the teens had no way to get out of the shed, with no running water, no bathroom. The girl told deputies their parents had brought them food around 6 o'clock that morning, but said her and her brother weren't allowed in the house and were locked in the barn for long periods every day. Eyewitness News spoke to neighbors who were afraid to go on camera, but claim multiple families called police about the children's safety several times, and they are thankful they are now safe.
Well, it's a pretty bad case. It's in any type of situation like this, it's not really comparable. A horrific condition like it's just not how you want or how you would even expect children to be raised or been taken care of.
Lance and Whitefeather eventually showed up at the home. They're now charged with child neglect, creating substantial risk of injury. The mother admitted the children were left in the shed, but reportedly told deputies they, quote, liked it.
They're trying to, get the children back in better living conditions, better placement, and the detectives will continue to investigate and build this case.
In Sissonville, Hannah Klein, Eyewitness News.
And the detectives will continue to investigate and build this case.
In Sissonville, Hannah Klein, Eyewitness News.
Hannah, thank you. And deputies said a 3rd child who was about 5 or 6 years old was found alone in the main home. Now, the child was found crying and close to the railing of an approximately 15-foot drop from a loft. Thanks for watching.
Y'all, this story is sick and devastating. Listen to this. A wealthy West Virginia couple, pictured here, has recently been accused of forcing their adopted black children to work as slaves and to live inside a locked barn. And boy, do I hope they get their karma. 63-year-old Donna Lance and 62-year-old Jean Whitefeather of Charleston, West Virginia, pled not guilty in court today. This was to multiple new charges after their kids were found locked in a run-down shed after the children were allegedly made to do really hard labor on the surrounding farmland. The kids they targeted were reportedly ages 16, 14, 11, 9, and 6 years old. Unreal. It was said that because of their race, they were basically used as slaves. According to an arrest report from October, the 14 and 16-year-old were locked in the old 20 by 14 shed that had no lights, food, or running water. There was also a camera planted in the top left corner of the room. It was said the children reeked of body odor and were said to have been wearing extremely dirty clothes with sores on their feet after a wellness check was done on the house they lived in. Or I should say the outhouse they lived in, the shed. The outhouse had no way of being opened from the inside. It was said that the shed was located on the grounds of the couple couple's 5-acre, 3-bedroom, $295,000 Sissonville property. Reportedly, they also owned an 80-acre, $725,000 home in Washington, but they allegedly sold that after their arrest in October. Jeanne said that the barn where the 16 and 14-year-olds were staying at was like a teenage clubhouse and that they weren't held against their will. And a male and female teen should have never been stuck together like that anyway. She also told deputies that the children liked the shed that they were locked in. It was also said that the children were, quote, homeschooled, I'm sure. However, the teenage girl told authorities they had been locked inside that building for approximately 12 hours and they were last given food at 6 a.m. The building was said to have had only a small RV porta potty and no running water. The children were also forced to sleep on the hard concrete floor. It was said in the criminal complaint that if there was a medical emergency or a fire, the children would have had no way to get out of that outhouse, shed, whatever you want to call it. They wouldn't have been able to safely exit. Reportedly, neighbors reported to the authorities that the children were forced to do hard labor, farm labor, and they weren't allowed to go inside the main house. Court filings also mentioned that the teenage boy that was found inside of the outhouse smelled of horrible body odor and had sores on his feet, and he was barefooted. This is terrible. 3 hours after the older children were found in the locked shed, deputies then found a 9-year-old holed up in a part of the loft in the main house, like she was hiding. Then it was said that Donald came home with an 11-year-old boy, while Jeanne surrendered the 6-year-old to authorities, and she has since been staying with friends from the couple's church. So at the time that the deputies were called that day, Child Protective Services were called and they did take to custody of the kids, finally. The new charges the couple are facing are human trafficking of a minor child, use of a minor child in forced labor, and child neglect creating substantial risk of serious bodily injury or death. Their bond has now been set to $500,000 each, and that is entirely too low in my opinion. The new charges are due to the couple being found guilty of human rights violations since the couple forced hard labor on the children based on their race, and they were basically used as slaves. Now, prosecutors previously mentioned concerns that the couple's original bond money from February might have come from their alleged human trafficking activities. Reportedly, they have recently sold a home and a ring. Also reportedly, sheriff's deputies said a report was originally made in May of last year, 2023, about the couple, and then a second complaint was made in September. Well, why did it take so long for these precious angels to be rescued? Tell me that. In both cases last year, deputies said that they didn't find any wrongdoing when they made a trip inside or to the home, and that they found children inside the home and they were eating dinner. One neighbor did call CPS on the family, and she said that she saw the kids out in their yard with their heads down, that they were forced to stand in a straight line, and she also said that she saw a lot of forced manual labor. She also said this, and this isn't surprising. She said, "We never heard back from CPS about the worries." Because half the time they don't do anything, right? This neighbor said they were supposed to do the right thing and call for a government entity that us taxpayers fund, not feel like she was listened to at all. She said that was heartbreaking, and I can imagine. They so often don't do crap. The next court appearance for the couple is set for September 9th, and I really hope they get their karma. They deserve to get the same treatment and to be locked up just like they did to those precious children.
Just another day in American news. Just now, breaking news, a wealthy couple in West Virginia, Donald Ray Lance and Jean K. Whitefeather, both 63 and 62, respectively, were arrested, this is in West Virginia, for keeping their 5 adopted black children as slaves. They only allowed their children to live in a barn on their property in Sissonville, West Virginia. The New York Post is reporting this. The children were ages 16, 14, 11, 9, and 6, and they lived in deplorable conditions in a barn, and they were treated as slaves. This was in Conowell County, West Virginia, and cue Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk and all those people saying, well, at least these black children had housing. Right.
Like, seriously, lovelies, what kind of inhuman, wicked treatment is this? What is this in 2024? What is this? And a lot of people have been thinking that this stuff does not still exist. Like, seriously, it's not even quite long time ago that I actually reacted to a video that was going viral, where a sister was asking this question, which I reacted to it. She went ahead to ask, why is it that, pan-colored people, won't just go ahead and adopt black teenagers, like, black kids and all of that? Why would they go ahead and adopt kids that actually looks like them? Because she feels some type of way. She don't feel, she sees it as something that is so fishy. And a lot of people were stitching that video. I'm one of the people that staged it. I was like, okay, this kids needed a home, and if this pan-colored people, is ready to give them or offer them a home and treat them well, there is no point. There's no cause for alarm. And a lot of people were stitching the video. Somebody even, talked about how she, as an adopted, black lady, that it was an experience that she never wished for her enemy. And people were dragging this black lady. A lot of pan-colored people were also dragging the lady that made the said video. Like, they even came for black women that do people, like, we give birth to those kids, we don't want to give them home, and we are seeing people that want to give them home, and we are getting angry. What is it that we want, and all of that? Instead of you to treat this teenager this way, why not just leave them in the foster home that they have? Why not just leave them where they were? Why will you go ahead, adopt only black kids because you just want to perform the oppressions of your ancestors? Like, I used to talk to my friend the other time. I was like, do you know that most of these people still want slavery to be a thing? It's not even up to 2 days I was saying this to a friend, because I encountered, a chat with someone, and this person was so saucy. I was like, these people still want this slavery of a thing to be a thing. And look at it. Just look at it. What has this teenager have to do for you? What? These people are too matured, pan-colored couple. Why? Why all of this? This is a height of wickedness. If you wanted a cheap labor, why not just source for it? Why adopting innocent, kids that actually thought they are coming to a home that will probably take care of them? But you end up doing this. I was not able to, I just blur the pictures of those because they're underage and all of that. You just check elsewhere to see the faces of these kids. Like, oh my goodness. So something like this still happen. God knows how many of people like this still exist. God knows how many of these kind of children are still suffering in a household like this. Like, enough of these adoptees, before some of these adoption centers to grant adoption, they should make an investigation. There should be an investigation in order not to put this innocent, that don't even know what is happening under a said condition, and making them think that this is just what life can offer. Just the way they brainwashed our ancestors. Like, this is so heartened. Like, oh my goodness. The fact that they are actually teenagers gives me a kind of, like, look at the faces of this couple. How wicked. And these people will be out, and a lot of people will think that they are just normal couple with normal behavior. They don't know that they are just, covered. Their sins and their wickedness are just covered. What is this? I thought we've all gone past this stage in life. Everyone is civilized now. Everyone knows what is good and bad. Everybody's trying to, everybody's just trying to be a better version of themselves. And this is just so disgusting. Seriously, love this. Like, everyone just needs to watch out. Look at what these young ones, especially these foster care homes, they need to really make a thorough investigation. There is a video that actually went viral of two gay couple, or two gay couples. They decided to adopt a toddler, and he came on TikTok and he was like asking questions on how to properly take care of the toddler's hair. This is all how it begins. And now there are all those posting videos of like, oh my goodness, everything is now transactional. What is wrong with this world? Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or so. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.